Good morning, everyone, from the coastal plain of Georgia. Today we're exploring a largely new area that's not too far from some places we frequent. It's exceptionally warm today. Today is Tuesday, I think, of the last full week of February. And for the rest of the week, we are looking at some very nice weather, some nice warm temperatures, and hopefully we'll be turning out plenty of snakes. So this is mostly a new area, like I said, so I haven't really spent much time out here. I don't know what to expect. I would really like to see a king snake today, though, and this area looks like it would be fantastic habitat for them. So we're gonna get to hiking, and I will check in with you guys when I find something. Well, here's our first herp of the day. Not 5 seconds out of the car, we have a nice marbled salamander. And like I said, this is a completely new area for me, so anything we can turn up today will be cool, including this guy. And this is a really nice looking marbled salamander too. All right, I pulled this guy out. Now I'm gonna let him crawl back under his cross tie. But really nice looking marbled salamander. It's our first find of the day. So I've seen several of our first reptiles of the day already. Here's another one. Kind of see him right there. It's a green anole out basking on these railroad ties. And I actually saw there's another one here. See, they're all over this stuff. Hopefully there'll be a snake too. It's getting good sun, and this would be the perfect place for something to hang out this time of year. So yet another anole. Tons of them along this. Well, there is our first snake of the day, and it's a rattlesnake. Holy crap. Look at that. I don't have a hook with me, so I'm gonna find a stick I can wrangle him with if he starts moving. So there's a nice little cluster of stumps here. Like I said, this is my first time out here, so I had no idea what to expect. I was really hoping for a rattlesnake or a king snake. But really, I mean, the habitat we're in right now doesn't look that fantastic compared to some of the places we hunt nearby that we know have lots of snakes. So it's definitely very nice to see this guy. You can see his face right there. He's nice and healthy, but he is covered in mud. And another cool thing about this guy is he has a fantastic rattle. Look at that. It's got a nice taper to it, so this is probably a fairly young snake, but he's growing well. I'd say he's probably 3.5 feet and quite healthy. Really good looking snake to start off the day. All right, I moved this snake a little bit just so we can get a better look at him and I can get some photos, but not the most colorful canebrake, but he is covered in mud. I think this would be a really nice looking snake if we saw him with a fresh shed, but look at that string. Just a fantastic way to start the day. Like I said, I didn't move him far, just to like this nice little sunny spot right here. And I'm gonna take a couple quick photos. He's very mild tempered, probably nice and cool still. I don't think he'd been out very long, so we're just gonna get a couple of quick photos and we're just gonna leave this beauty right here. Very nice looking timber rattlesnake as our first find of the day. Are you kidding me? I just flipped this little railroad tie and underneath it is our second canebrake of the day. Holy crap. So the first one wasn't that nice, but this one is. Look at that. That is just incredible. Beautiful timber rattlesnake is our second snake of the day, about 5 minutes after the first one, under a tiny little piece of railroad tie. Fantastic. I didn't realize how much cover there was going to be out here. I would have brought my GoPro, but I have a feeling this won't be the only time we come to this spot, given how the first hour or so I've ever spent here has gone. Just incredible. All right, here's one more look at this guy before we put him back under his little piece of wood. But definitely a little bit prettier than the first, but also not quite as muddy. So it's hard to say what that first snake would have really looked like with a fresh shed, but this is an outstanding looking snake. So I'm excited to see if we can turn up a third today. All right, this is my trusty rattlesnake stick. Just get it in there and underneath a coil or two and lift him up. Super simple. Don't even need a snake hook. Although I will say it is a lot easier and safer with a snake hook. So let's walk this guy back over to where we found him. There you go, buddy. That's your railroad tie. Go on. There you go. All right, I'm gonna try to record this one and all of the decent ones from here on out, because that would have been an awesome flip had I been recording. Hopefully, there's a fence lizard. Hopefully we can at least turn something up on camera. There's a lot of chorus frogs calling in here. I don't know what species they are. Doesn't quite sound right for uplands, but I'm not sure what else we'd even be in range of. So right after I flipped this little log, I saw this guy moving in the water. Definitely looks like an upland chorus frog, but I'm not sure why his vocal sac is just stuck extended like that. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna take a photo of this guy real quick. I thought I found an indigo for a second. Look at that. Coming in and out of the grass and everything, but it's just some sort of pipe. Really, really sucks. Got me going. Even though there probably aren't indigos here, but we're not too far from range, so I suppose it could be possible. Habitat definitely is not the type of place you'd expect to see one, though. Check this big guy out, or girl. I'm not sure which one it is, but this is a nice big broadhead skink. These are our largest native skink to the southeast. And that guy is tucked in nicely, so I don't want to disturb him too much. I'm just going to put his piece back down, but nice addition to the species list for the year. A nice adult broadhead skink under this piece of wood. Here's another little marbled salamander. I'm kind of surprised it took us this long to turn up another one, but this one's also nice and handsome. Really high white on these, and this one's almost got a stripe starting to form too. Really nice looking salamander. But realistically, we're going to be seeing these guys in smaller and smaller numbers from here on out. Enjoy them while they last, because the season of the marbled salamander is going to be very, very quickly coming to an end as it warms up in the spring. Granted, we'll probably still see them here and there, but they won't be a regular occurrence like they are now. Well, according to my car, it's summertime outside already. 82 degrees. I've been sitting here for a minute to make sure it doesn't go down any. I don't think it's quite that warm out there, but it is definitely warm. I'm sweating bullets, just got back to the car. And I'm gonna go head to another spot. I have a little bit of a drive to get over there. It's warm enough, there might be some stuff on the roads though, so we're gonna keep an eye out and head over to our next spot of the day. All right guys, next spot of the day. There should be a little bit of tin in this area too, but pretty nice looking habitat. It's a little bit more forested than where we were earlier, which was really kind of just super open and super swampy with very little dry land. But this has a lot more dry land, some nice stump holes. So I'm gonna walk around and check stumps and look for tin for the rest of the day. All right guys, so I'm making my way back to the car from our second spot of the day. Unfortunately, this one was not nearly as productive as the first. I wasn't able to really find much to flip out here either, so kind of a bust on our second stop, but hey, it was a good day. Only 2 snakes, but they were both rattlesnakes, and I'm okay with that. So if I don't see anything between here and the car, I'll probably wrap this one up here, and I will see you guys in the morning. Because depending on how much rain we end up getting tomorrow, I'm definitely going to be getting out. I'm just not sure where yet. Good morning, everyone. Today is the next day. You guys saw me yesterday, and we had a pretty good day, but it wasn't terribly stinky. We only saw 2 snakes all day, but they were both rattlesnakes, so it wasn't a bad day at all. And unfortunately, today is very rainy. I'm sticking close, and I'm hoping to find some snakes locally, and worst case, maybe we'll see some salamanders. There's a green frog. Look at that guy. First herp of the day. Under 10. There's a spotted. That's weird. Wasn't expecting him under there. Well, that is a very handsome salamander to kick off the day, even if we're not seeing any snakes out here yet. Very nice looking adult spotted salamander. I think it's the first one in this video too, so. I'm just gonna put him back under his tin, and we're gonna head to our next spot. There you go, buddy. So I was just randomly walking across these logs here, and I noticed down there in the water is an eastern newt, which is kind of weird because of how permanent this water is. This is basically a creek, and there's a newt. These guys tend to prefer more temporary fishless ponds, but they definitely will use ponds with fish in them because unlike a lot of other salamanders, these guys are actually highly toxic, and that probably wards off a lot of the fish predation, but really interesting nonetheless, just to randomly see a newt like that. Turtles. Looks like we have a little mixture of sliders and cooters going on over there. And then a couple more right there. Very nice. Assorted water turtles. I can't really see enough detail to pick out exactly what we have going on over there, but I know I see at least one cooter and a couple sliders. So one thing I'm hoping will be out today that we can get on the board with for the year is queen snakes. Weirdly enough, we haven't seen any yet this year, and they're normally some of the first snakes to come out. So I'm gonna walk this creek for a little bit now, and there's always a chance we could find other stuff too, like kings or garter snakes or Nerodia especially. I'm definitely hoping to get a queen snake today, so I'm gonna keep looking in these bushes right here by the water and see if I can turn one up. There was a little cluster of anoles hanging out right here. I saw two run away, and then there's a really nice looking one right here. This one's got a great stripe on its back. Look at that. Good looking lizard. There is a plain-bellied water snake. Very nice. I think that is our first of the year. I'm gonna try to catch this guy. I'm gonna take a photo first though, just in case he gets away. Very nice. And about 10 seconds after I said that, it disappeared into the water. So, no pictures of that guy, unfortunately, but we'll come back by this area later and maybe he'll be out again. And a couple minutes later, there is a Midland water snake right there. I think we'll be able to get this one. He's not too close to the water. This guy is really pretty, and he's a lot more relaxed than that plain-bellied was. Hasn't even moved yet, so we'll see how he reacts to being picked up. Whoop. Come here. Oh, hello. Hello. He's not reacting well, as it would turn out. Whoa. Relax, dude. That thing is beautiful. Look at that thing's face. It's a good-looking snake. This is one of those snakes that will probably be even nicer after it's freshly rinsed off, but whoa, relax, dude. I don't want to get this guy cold if he doesn't want to be cold, so. Either way, this guy is definitely a little bit snippy, but as you can see, it's not very difficult to hold these guys without getting torn up, but it definitely happens sometimes, especially when you've got multiple. Beautiful. Look at that belly. Whoa. Easy, bud. All right, sweetheart. Here's your brush pile. I'll leave you alone. A little island in the creek here. And I see at least one Nerodia over there. I haven't scanned the rest of it yet, but that's another Midland. I don't think we're gonna get our feet wet for that guy since we already caught one today, but second Midland water snake of the day and our third snake total. That one's actually a lot bigger than the first one, but not quite as nice. Look at this guy. It's a huge green anole. It's actually green. I don't know where he went. Look at that. Wow. It's a beautiful water snake. Well, he jumped into the water and I grabbed him, but look at that. That is an incredible water snake. Super nice and vibrant. Oh, let's see if his belly looks good. Sure enough. That is awesome. This guy is definitely nippier than the last one. He got me a little bit there. But what a good looking snake. I'm gonna photograph him real quick and we'll let him go. Ooh. There's a cricket frog by my camera bag. Look at that guy. Here's a nice double. There's two Nerodia right here, both Midlands. Neither of them quite as colorful as the last one, but still nice looking snakes. And I'm gonna get a quick picture real quick, and we're just gonna leave those guys right there. Alright, we're just gonna leave these two right here. It's kind of weird, we haven't seen a queen snake yet. There seems to be a lot of snakes out, and just not any queens yet. Which is kind of surprising for this area, because normally they're just as common as the Nerodia. At last, a stick materializes into our queen snake. Very nice. First one of the year. These guys are definitely the least skittish of the snakes we could expect to see basking over the water. And I think the erythrogaster, which are the plain-bellied water snakes, are the most skittish. I actually saw another one of those and lost it too. But I mean, I'm standing only a few feet away from this guy and he hasn't even moved. This guy's just completely content to let us sit here and look at him. So I'm actually not gonna mess with him. He's just sitting here. So we got a really good look at him. You can see, even see his belly right there. He's got an interesting coloration on him. But yeah, very nice queen snake. Hopefully this won't be the only one we see today, but it's a nice first of year snake if we don't see anything else. These guys are actually thought to be largely a crayfish specialists, and they're thought to only eat freshly molted ones. I don't know how true that is. A lot of times our understanding of snakes' diets is very biased based on observation and lab tests rather than what these snakes are actually eating when no one's looking, which is hard to tell because the only way to really tell what something is eaten is if it regurgitates it or if it's dead and you cut open its stomach. But I've definitely seen my fair share of queen snakes that have eaten crayfish. But either way, really cool, super specialized snakes that are particularly suited for living along these brushy, rocky creeks like this. So we're just gonna leave that guy right there. Good looking queen snake is our next snake of the day. We are really racking up the numbers right now all of a sudden. I wanna say we're getting close to 10 snakes at this point. And here's another new species for the day. Nice eastern fence lizard. I know we saw one or two of these yesterday, but good looking lizard. There's another big Nerodia. That looks like another Midland. Can't see any pattern on him from here. I kind of walked past him before I spotted him. Yeah, it's a big Midland. He's in a cool spot though. I might try to take a picture real quick. Look at that big guy. Super healthy. Oh, it's okay. I don't want to mess with you. I just wanted to look. Very nice. Well, needless to say, the Nerodia are out of brumation and getting ready to start their spring. I expect we'll be seeing these snakes coiled up together and breeding relatively soon. Oh, slimy salamanders. 2 of them. Here's a nice double flip. We got a 2-line salamander. First one of those, I think, in this episode. Definitely the first today. And then in this corner, we have a little slimy. Very nice. There is an absolute abundance of slimy salamanders in this little area. That's like the 7th one I've seen just in like the last couple of logs. Look at these little guys. 2 more slimy salamanders. And this is just the ones I've shown on camera. I've seen many more that I haven't shown. All right, everyone. Well, it was another beautiful day in the woods. We've got a fantastic cloudy sunset rolling in here, and I'm getting ready to head home. We didn't really see too much after the spot with all the Nerodia, but hey, I can't complain. I think we ended up seeing around 10 snakes, maybe even a little bit more. And I know I saw a lot of stuff that I didn't get into the video because it just dipped into the water. For whatever reason, the Midland water snakes were a lot more cooperative than the plain-bellied water snakes, so we didn't even really get a good look at one of the plain bellies today. But we saw tons of Midlands, including that really nice red one, and yesterday was pretty good too with the 2 timber rattlesnakes. So it has been a very productive week so far, and it's only getting started. So I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I will see you guys in the next one, where hopefully we'll be finding a diamondback. I'm going to go out and try to hike a diamondback tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit warm, but this is the time of year to do it. Hopefully I'll at least be able to turn up some interesting stuff if I can't find a diamondback. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Yo, look what I found on my way home. Well, this is very different from my normal video quality because I'm using the flashlight on my phone because I don't have a flashlight. But there is a night cruised February snake for the year. I don't think we night cruised anything in January, but we're off to a strong start with the February night cruising. But yeah, that is very cool. I was actually pulling up to the stop sign to turn onto the road I live on when I spotted this guy sitting at the stop sign. So, anyways, that is the first night cruised from the car snake. Actually, no, I think that was the first night cruise snake of the year, period. I think the other brown snakes we found a few months back were actually in December, so this is our first night cruise snake of 2022 in February. It's always nice when we get to end the video on a little surprise like this. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.